Options for commands are well documented in the man page, but it can be a little bit harder to figure out which command to actually use. If I know about a command, I can look up that command, man date, and at the top get told from the name field what that command is used for. It's used for printing or setting the system date and time. But what if I didn't know what command actually would do that for me? I can get a couple of options for doing that. To begin with, I can get a short synopsis of what date is with a command called whatis. What is date? And what I get is date as the name, and to the right, I get a description of what it is. These are actually pulled directly from the man pages. In parentheses, the numbers such as 1 and 1p are indicating which section of the manual pages this entry is found. You can think of these as different volumes on a bookshelf. Which book do I need to get to? I might find a reference to date in both the command reference, section 1, and also in the programmer's reference, 1p. In each of these man pages, there is a named field that describes what it is used for. So when I say man date, by default I get the lowest of these, and I should see exactly print or set the system date and time. Exactly what I see from the man page. The whatis command is actually using a database, a man-db database, that is configured as you do installations, or on a nightly basis it is updated with what man pages are available on your system. If I do a man space 1p date, I will get the section for date 1p, and in the name field, that's where I see date is write the date and time. This is part of the programmer's manual. So the man page, I can specify exactly which one. I can say what is cal and see that there's a couple references to calendar as well. I can say what is ls, listing directories. I can say what is history, and that it's a bash built-in command, and to see bash for information associated with that. What is file? Most of your common core utilities, you'll find the actual command references in section 1, but you may also find a programmer's reference. What is password is another example where you'll find multiple entries. Here, not just with the name password as in PASSWD, which is a command to update your authentication tokens or change your password, but there's also a password file that comes out of section 5. And there is a reference to an SSL password for computing hashes as well. The whatis command gives me a quick summary of what this command is, but it still doesn't help me find the correct command for a particular task. So there's one other option that I have, and that is an option on the man command. Man has a -k for searching. If I do man -k password, I get a list of all of the commands that have password references. This is using the same database that the whatis command is using. So it's a database that consists of each of the names of the entries in the manual pages, as well as the name description field from each of those manual pages. And anywhere that there is a match to the string that I specified, in this case mostly through the description field, it will list those commands. A shorter example might be to use man-k calendar. And I see that I have the cal command, which will display a calendar, printing a calendar from the programmer's reference, or being able to compute difference between two calendar time values, something very different from the displaying of a calendar that I've been demonstrating so far. You do have to have root or admin privileges in order to update the man-db. So if you do a man-k and do not find anything or match, which is difficult to come up with an example, you may find that you actually need to update that database or have the administrator update that database. But most systems are installed with a man-db configured, and man-k and whatis will both help you to determine what a command is used for and what manual pages are available for that particular command.